Hi everyone, this is Stefan with BMW Excluservice. Today we're going to go over how we perform a courtesy inspection on your vehicle.
Well, first, how does the car respond when starting? Does it have a slow crank? Are there any noises during cranking? How does it run at idle? Is it misfiring? Is it running rough? Anything of the sort that would be out of the normal. Then we would just start checking the run-of-the-mill things. The wiper smear. This one, yes. Do we have any messages on the instrument cluster for any sorts of lights being out, or warning lights, airbag light, DSC light, anything that's out of the norm? Anything that I notice, we mark it down on our tablets as to what's wrong with the vehicle and what's right with the vehicle. Also, I'm going to take a picture of all the pixels that are out in the cluster, just so the customer knows and we know. It's a little bit dim on the right side. During stopping, I can do a quick check of the thrust rod bushings or lower control arm bushings, see if they're loose at all. These ones are a little bit loose. Does it misfire or hesitate while accelerating? Do I hear any road noise coming from the tires or bearings? Is the alignment good? As in, does it pull left or right, or is the steering wheel off center whenever I'm going straight? Braking, does the brake pedal pulse when I brake, or does the steering wheel shimmy when I brake? When we get back, we take a look at the temperature gauge to make sure that the vehicle warmed up normally. If it's having troubles warming up, it could have a stuck open thermostat. Once we get to the shop, we take a look at the lights, see how the headlights are aimed on the walls, just as a quick estimate as to whether or not they're okay. Then everything I noticed on the test drive, I noted down on the tablet. The tablet has three main sections: the road test section, in the bay section, and on the lift section. We use a program called Autovitals.
Okay.
And as I note things that are bad with the vehicle or good with the vehicle, I can just select a topic and how it's doing, whether it's noisy or whatnot is happening. Let's do wheels and tires. It's very loud. So we check that off. And then we give a suggestion as to what we would like to do. I'd like to inspect the tires.
So what are things you're going to look for under the hood here?
Well, just go down the list of the inspection, looking for oil leaks, filter condition, or liquid levels, any loose parts, as in does it have a loose water pump or cracking belts, just going over the entire engine for the most part.
Alright, well, it looks like there's a bunch of little dirt and debris on the inside there.
Sandy particles.
It looks like we're checking the belts, looking for cracks and tension.
From this height I can measure the brake pad thickness and the rotor thickness as well. And also to let the customer know what they look like, I'm going to take a picture just to show them how good the pads and the rotors are doing.
Alright, let me zoom in on your shot. There we go.
First start by measuring the tread to see how much is left. The lowest point of the tread is 3 millimeters on the outside tread line, which is still okay for summertime, but when the vehicle starts to hit heavy water or snow, it would be no good for those conditions.
Alright, anything else you notice about the tire?
It's got deep dry rotting in between the tread lines there. So the tires are a bit old. They don't have a date stamped on there, so they would be pre-2005, it looks like.
And then, so you're going to take a picture of that for the client?
Of course, show condition.
Yep.
Didn't hear any noises on the test drive from the suspension, but still check anyways. Checking for loose ball joints or joints, loose rubber bushings, anything that can prevent the car from driving straight or being stable. Also loose wheel bearings.
So now we're at the rear of the car. What are we looking for here?
Same thing up front. Looking for any loose ball joints, loose wheel bearings, or leaking shocks. This vehicle looks to have had rear shocks replaced recently, so I'll take a picture just to let the customer know that they're still doing it. Now I'll be checking for any fluid leaks. It seems as though that we have a large one coming from up front, but I'll be checking all of the drivetrain for oil leaks. Upon inspection of the transmission and differential, they're both very dry and the customer need not worry about any problems with them so far. After performing an inspection, we go through each item that failed and create a labor estimate using all data or KSD as to how much time it would take to repair or replace said item. And then we send that information up front to our front desk. They create the estimate and send it off, either email or call, to the customer.
So Catherine, the technician, has submitted the information from the tablet over to you. What do you do next?
So once it's submitted on here, I'll get a notification that they're done with it, and then in that instance I have to go and import it into here and continue creating the lines for it. When I'm done creating the lines for it, then I switch it over to my parts department and he's in control of it.
Once the front desk has submitted the information for the parts department will then research to see how quickly we can get the part and how much it's going to cost.
I'll open up the estimate, I'll look at each line individually. If the estimate has a bunch of lines on it, I'll prioritize with the technician of what's immediate concern, what can possibly wait, and what are just notes. Then I'll look at the history on the vehicle and make sure that it's in accordance with BMW standards for replacement of the parts.
The advisor will email the report to the client, and that way they can both see the report together and decide what needs to be done now and what can wait. Thank you for watching the video, and please, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. If you can, give us a +1, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And if you really want to super subscribe, hit the bell button next to the subscribe button once you have subscribed. Thanks a lot.